What up, y'all? I just wanted to give you guys a quick studio room tour because I know some of you guys wanted a studio tour. There's not much to it. Got my bed down. That's my bed for now. I've actually got my regular bed downstairs. We're working on clearing all this out to put my regular bed over there. So that will be happening here in a few days. But this is my setup right here, man. You got a nice chair with this on it. It's got the little bend into it for my back. I've got my makeshift harness rig, which is really nice. It comes in handy for if I'm racing for long periods of time and I'm swiveling around like this. It keeps me straight and keeps me from moving around. I actually have it set up in the back. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got everything attached here to these little bars. So it definitely helps to keep me from moving around. The wheel rig I'm using is the PXN 3100, which I picked up from Amazon for like $78. Running my usual mic and what I call my GoPro setup. It's actually tied on there with yarn, but it fucking works. As you guys can tell, got pedals down there, got a bunch of assorted stuff right there, like Xbox controller parts just in case, screwdriver, movies, games, all that shit. But this is my, I want to say 32 or 34 inch Logitech flat screen studio laptop, which y'all know I use for my music and all that shit. And then right here is like one of my favorite parts. You know, any car / racing rig setup can't be complete without this. I got this is actually a one of one. This is Paul Walker's Porsche 911 GTRS, and then the one of one which I had custom done by a really good friend of mine who does custom cars for collectibles. He actually hooked me up with a silver version of Dom's Charger, so that was pretty fucking sweet. But yeah, that's my setup. And then over there, I got assorted stuff like coffee, my water for my paint work, extra controller, my Blue Venom headphones, PDP control with charger for the regular controller. So yeah, that is my current setup. And of course, you obviously got remote, mouse pad, typical setup. Yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm gonna play you guys real quick the actual setup that I do want to get my hands on. But yeah, dude, I'll actually showcase the harness for you guys real quick. Basically, what I do, I don't know if you guys can see very well, but what I do is since it's attached right there at the back, what I do is I pull this over like this. Basically, what I do is I pull the bag over like this, and then throw it on my shoulder just like you would a regular racing harness setup. And then these just tie around the waist at the bottom. And there you go. It actually keeps, my body in place so that when I'm driving around, like if I'm driving or racing for like, say, 1 to 2 hours, because like, as you can tell, my chair moves a lot. So, it keeps me in place, which is really good, because see, I can lean forward if I need to, and it keeps me, in place. It keeps me attached to the chair. So when I'm driving, I'm not going like this or like this. I'm staying, in place where I need to be with the pedals underneath. I do plan on laying down some carpeting down there so that the pedals will stay in place because they do tend to slide around a bit. And then the cool thing about the harness, if you guys are wondering what I'm using, it's actually a camelback that I converted into a harness bag. So that was pretty sweet. But then see the cool thing about this, I just take, throw the bag like that, and then it's basically, put up. I know it's not an actual harness rig setup, but it works. You make do with what you got. Now let me show you guys. This is the rig setup that I want to get right here. I'm about to show you guys the homie Slaps setup, and the kind of setup he's got is the kind of rig setup that I ultimately want to get. So
mighty bark right there for you. Today's been a little bit different today. Unfortunately, I really wanted to get a productive day done and just do a bunch of things. Unfortunately, of course, nothing goes to plan. I have no power. I haven't had any power for like a good 2 hours maybe or so. That's been frustrating considering I wanted to get some work done today. I know. That's what I'm trying to tell him. Microwave. I got a fresh cup of coffee right here. Like, look at this. Fresh cup of coffee. No microwave. It's great. So I figured today, why not use this to do a little bit of a studio tour, considering I haven't done that for a little bit. Finley seems to be excited. Are you excited? Yeah, let's go to the studio tour, girl. Let's go. All right, so it's been a bit, but like I said, though, there's no power. So we're going to be just kind of showing you guys the basics of kind of what it looks like with no power at all. So it's a little bit different. I mean, everything should be perfect right now, and I'm just going to kind of quickly just give you guys a quick little walkthrough here, talk a little bit about how everything's working, how everything's set up, what wheels we got going on, what consoles, my PC, things of that nature, how I'm editing, how I'm transferring all my footage from everything else. There's a lot going on, man. We got 2 TVs here, we got a TV here that can all be changed in a matter of seconds through HDMI boxes underneath, so that's big. I have all that wired up behind there. We have LED strips. Again, can't see it, right? I mean, lights are off right now, and that's when I feel you can really get a good look at someone's setup. All the cables are exposed. You can pretty much see everything back there. The dark lights aren't really hiding anything, so it just kind of gives you guys just an open, clear look at what I do on a day-to-day basis. Where I figured today would be a perfect opportunity to kind of run you guys through exactly what I'm doing here on a day-to-day. You have to yawn right in my damn thing. Hey, Finn, how you doing? Hey? You look good. You do need a cut, though. Look at you. How you doing? People say sometimes you can't see. You can see. Right? How you doing, girl? You been a good girl?
I love his dog, man. His dog's awesome, bro.
But, fortunately, I had a chalkboard wall, and over the time, I guess people were drawing on it with permanent chalk, so that was cool. So I'm going to have to redo that board. But first thing that you see when you walk into the room is this desk right here. Picked this up at Costco. Has the 2 little bar stools underneath it there that I can move around and say put them anywhere in the room. Say if my wife comes in, right, she can kind of hang out with me or anybody that does come over to the house. But we have that wood table. That was really nice. I have my collector's edition Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty full set, man. We have the full 6. Picked those up on eBay. Really, really happy that I ended up grabbing these because I was really kind of on the fence about them, and I decided, you know what? Pull the trigger and get them. Really happy that I did. And that's probably one of my all-time favorites, growing up as a kid was Metal Gear. So really happy that I could own those. We have my Bose mini sound system right here. Got that for Christmas. This thing really does pump. Love it. Bose, right? I mean, you can't go wrong with Bose. I did leave it all wrapped up. He's not wrong, man. Bose is a good brand. I've had Bose before. Why, right? I mean, it works as it is, so I'm not going to unwrap it. We also have little buttons on top. It doubles as, I do believe, a radio for Spotify. It's really good, though. Definitely recommend it. We have up here my shelf that I put up. We have my Essen Motor Show license plate here. We have my custom controller from Jake Myers. Shout out Jake Myers, right? Right, Jake, Gary, big thank you. If you guys don't know, the man's hooked me up before, man. I'm actually wearing one of his shirts right here. But huge thanks from them. Huge thank you once again for all their support on the channel and everything like that. Right? I mean, look at that, man. This.
Hold up.
so sick. Had to mount them, had to frame them. But we have a whole slew of my Thrustmaster wheels from over the years. We have our 2017 Invitational World Championships right here. This was really cool, the Forza Racing Championship. That was a lot of fun to attend. I still have the footage from that, actually. I need to post that. Forza pins. We got a bunch of Xbox pins when I met Kyle from 1320. So that was really cool. Got a tag from him. Just Sparkle wheels, the Thrustmaster F1. We have Sparkle rim as well, to the Rally Edition. Another F1 rim from the TSPC Racer. And then our GT that we just got as well, too. And another question that everyone's kind of thinking about is, why do you have all these rims still if you don't really have the rig? Obviously, if you guys don't know, I have the Fanatec CSL Elite on this one with the Wheelstand Pro chassis. Over here, we have my Thrustmaster TX wheel. But obviously, this thing is already modded with the handbrake, right? So I have the handbrake here. We can't change any rim on here unless I unscrew these three, pull this off, and then I can change just the rim. So these rims over here are not compatible with that TX anymore. So what I've done, and I know it's a little bit hard to see. Let me just pick this up like it's a goddamn lollipop. Down here, I have the TSXW on a Wheelstand Pro mount. So I can literally just undo this piece right there and take that out and plop that right in, disconnect everything, attach the wheel, and we're good to go. So I still have a use for all of them. It's just right now, I'm using other wheels, man. And in this corner over here, PlayStation VR, fire extinguisher, just in case, man. You can never be too careful. Have my Thrustmaster handbrake that I just recently got, which has been a lot of fun to use, and that's also swappable to this right there on the TH8A. So I can just pop that right out from the wheel stand, do that little lever right there, and then slide it in, you're good to go, right? So a lot of versatility with these mounts, with the Wheelstand Pro and the Thrustmaster, and that kind of allows me to just kind of hot swap whatever I want at any point in time. I know this may be a little bit hard to see considering there's no damn light in here, but my camera does a great job in low light situations here. I have the Canon G7X Mark II, and this thing is phenomenal. Little rundown here, just some pop figurines that I really enjoyed that I wanted to keep in the glass cabinet. Resident Evil, grew up playing that as a kid, so I couldn't say no. Fast and the Furious, Call of Duty, and Mick Foley from WWF. And if you guys don't know Mick Foley, well, can't help you on that one. I'm sorry. We got Dodgeball, second shelf down here. We have a massive Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. Just a bunch of collectibles from over the years of traveling, hotel keys, Super Street magazine back there with Ryan Turk's ride, signed Fast and the Furious from Dennis, Dirt Coffee signed, a lot of things in here, man. We have money from all over the world. Just, trying to pick up things over my travels. Circuit of the Americas belt buckle right there. I know it's a little bit hard to see in the dark, but moving down into the next shelf, we have my Driven rim, which I got when I was in LA. And that was for the Fast and the Furious premiere when I went to go to Dennis's shop. And he actually gave me that right off of Letty's car. So that was really cool to have. And now I can say that I own a piece of Fast and the Furious in a sense. We have Brian Super there. I picked that up in the States. Couldn't say no to it. Beautiful collector's piece right there. And that goes really nicely with the rim. Not the same car, but right, it's still Fast and Furious. At the very last shelf down here, we have my YouTube yearbook right behind. And that was actually YouTube sent that out last year for everybody that hit 1 million subscribers in that last year. So that was really cool for them to send out. We have my Stouter from Germany. This beer right there left, I got that from a subscriber the first time I went to Germany. I actually met him and he handed it to me. So that was really nice of him to bring over a unique beer that I would never find over in Canada. So I kept that, didn't open it. We have some Presidente from when I went to Punta Cana. A bunch of wristbands, right, from traveling as well, too. But lots of things, man. Lots of things that I've collected over the years. I do run a pillow for some nice back support on here. If you guys don't know this Wheelstand Pro, this full chassis they sent over, it's one of one right now. Nobody else has it. It's custom-made flap logo on there. Just for my body, I like the pillow when I am racing for long periods of time. Thrustmaster, Xbox, Wheelstand Pro on the bottoms there. And I know it may sound funny, but yeah, I do run with actual racing shoes. I don't do them up 100% unless it's a serious race, but it is nice to have shoes on the pedals there. We have the full Fanatec rig, like I said, CSL Elite. We have the handbrake, the shifter, and then below the pedals with the load cell brake, and then the Wheelstand Pro holding it all together. Gloves, big thing, man. Just go ahead and take this off. This is my chest cam. I usually run for all my videos there, so that's a must-have for the rig. The gloves, another piece that I cannot live without, especially when I am doing racing or any drifting like that. These are the Sparko Hyper Grips. Thrustmaster sent me those. Love those as well, too. On top here, I did forget to mention, we got my G2A crates up there. lighting source from Amazon. Really, really necessary, especially to get a good solid lighting when you are recording. Got some soundproofing in there from AeroZoom. Huge thanks to them. Link will be found down below if you guys need any soundproofing whatsoever. Great deals, fast shipping, and really good adhesive to the wall. Now going from top to bottom, we have my Sharp 42-inch. Nothing crazy, man. I got these at Costco when I first moved into this house over a year ago, and I just wanted something that I could get 2 of them. They weren't too expensive, and well, they were like $4.50 each, so it wasn't that bad for a 42-inch. Now, of course, it's going to be a lot easier to hide them in the dark, but I did do a really good job at hiding all my cables. Just a really good cable management back there with Velcro ties that just kind of hold them together. Not zip ties, because those are really hard to kind of readjust if you need to, but the Velcros are really nice to readjust things as you're going. Pro tip for any cable management system, find them on Amazon real cheap, man. It's not that hard. Left to right, we have Gran Turismo Driver, Metal Gear, and Gran Turismo 2, all 4 iconic games from the PlayStation 1. We have my PS4 up top with XXX's GTO right there, man. I absolutely love this thing, and you can kind of see the Velcro right there at the back. But I've had this for a very long time, and this is one of my prized possessions for sure of my collection of cards that I do own. Second shelf, PS3. We have our Controller Chaos. That's the Pack-a-Punch version on the Controller Chaos. So that can be found on their website. Use my discount code found down below. PS3. We have Cruising USA N64 mint condition, plastic casing it all. Gran Turismo Sport, SOCOM US Navy SEAL. That's a classic. And Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift in mint condition. At the very bottom, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and a bunch of hats as well, too, and then our Hager Garage down there. But I like stuff, man. I like collecting stuff. My monitor. Now, this actually acts as a double screen for my Mac over there. So instead of me sitting here and squinting over at the computer, it's a pretty easy process just to look on this monitor here. I have my mouse for my PC, and then usually what I'll do is I'll bring over this mouse over here and then just drop that here and then use it as the monitor there. So we have a keyboard, a secondary keyboard just to kind of pull out. We have our blue Snowball microphone with our pop filter on a Rode arm right here. And this just kind of swivels from side to side. If I want to use this rig, I can use that, or go to this rig and then use that. Coming from this middle over to the right, we have my Sharp 42-inch. Again, it's a secondary TV. It's the same thing, just doubled. We have the Fanatic sticker on top there. Xbox One, GTR. We got a couple bobbleheads, some hats. Xbox 360 with the custom camo at the front. Where's that car from? Leave it in the comment section down below.
Easy.
And over here we have a Collector's Edition Forza 2 and Forza 4 on the left-hand side. Also have Collector's Edition Forza Horizon series as well, too, over there. So I have everything in collectors, which is pretty cool. I picked those up off eBay as well, too, last year. Logitech speakers on the left and
Hi, I'm Lisa.
I'm Flo. My favorite mount for the Insta360 1X2 is the
right. And then moving to this rig right here. So this is the Thrustmaster T3PA inverted pedal setup. Wheel stand pro on this whole thing, holding it together. We have my custom hydro handbrake here. TX base. We have the Energy wheel add-on with the adapter. There's an adapter hub right here that allows me to run these wheels. So that's why that's possible. All the links are found down below for all this stuff. We have the TH8A shifter with the Ricmotech short shift as well too. So this is just complete, kind of allowed for shorter shifting on there. We got the good old Send It sticker. That's where the majority of the work goes down. So for any game that does not require a wheel cam, that's played right here in this area. So I play it on this TV. I have a secondary monitor set up for the PC, and then I would record on the Mac. So I actually screen capture my PC when it's on instead of using a program on the PC to record. So it just allows for a lot faster gaming when you are trying to record at the same time. You don't have the CPU getting dragged down by something else recording, right? So it's just an easier process. On top of the table here, we have my PC controller that I've been using for a while now. It's the Razer PS4 comp controller, if I'm not mistaken. That's compatible for the PC, so that's been a lot of fun to use. I've been really enjoying that. Codemasters actually sent me that a while ago, so huge thank you to them. We have the PC rig right here, which I did do a full build on the channel. So if you guys missed that video, I'll link it down below. But we got pretty much i7 1080 in there, a bunch of fans. We got some LEDs, right? It's real nice, man. It's real nice. All those will be found down below as well, too. LG 32-inch TV, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I'm looking to upgrade this very soon. USB hub over there just to kind of help everything going. Also have a Stream Deck. I know you're probably thinking, well, you don't stream. Why do you have it? I'm planning to. I'm actually planning on streaming very soon. So if that's something that you guys would like to see, leave it in the comment section down below. Also, I have my Razer Naga mouse. Also have the Black Widow keyboard, which I personally love this thing myself. I love the sound of it. I know there's people that don't like it. Some people do like it. Some people don't. We have the Firefly mouse pad. This actually I really like. This actually can track all your movements. So you can kind of see on, what game you're playing, where your mouse usually is around. You can kind of help what you're doing and kind of fix what you're doing wrong, which is kind of cool. So the two that I use, the HDR 165, which is a really nice wireless headset here, and I also have my Astro A40s that I use for the Xbox. And long story short for those is when I am playing on these different TVs, I actually can change my optical audio, which is for the Sennheiser. So what I do is I come underneath it here, and I have my Astro Mix Amp Velcroed onto the table, and I literally just unplug this. This one's for the far left TV. This one right here is for the TV with no wheel. And this one right here is for the TV on the left. And you just literally can swap them out, have them all hooked up, all running to the TVs, and we have optical audio on all three TVs, and it's swappable. So that's the easiest way that I've found to getting all of my audio consistently when I want it. I don't have to, kind of mess around with other things, plug it into the headphone jack, because obviously once you're in the headphone jack on the PC, it makes it a lot harder for recording because it then kind of takes away all of your audio in general. So just over the years, just kind of shortcuts that I found to, kind of make my life a little bit easier when I am recording. We have down here as well. So my headphones should be on this. This is usually where I would charge them. We have just a nice little kind of cable management here, extra iPhone charger if necessary. I picked up this. This is some Velcro wrap, and this kind of goes around all bigger cables that I have, and really does come in handy to just make it look a little bit cleaner. We have here my 3 HDMI cables. So this one right here is for the left TV with no wheel, and this one right here is for the far left TV. And those, again, we have the Elgato right behind here, if you're wondering where the hell that's connected to. If you come to the back here, this Elgato right here, that's my main Elgato when I'm recording. Also have an HD60S that Elgato sent out to me, which I will be using to stream. So I'm just trying to set those both up so it's very easy to swap out cables. Now to change the source of everything, so from an Xbox, PC to PS4, what I have back here is also another HDMI splitter box right there. All of them go into there, and then that goes out to the Elgato, and then that allows me to change whatever input I'm using. I've kind of memorized it over the years, but number 1, that's the Xbox One. Number 3, that's my PC. Number 2 is my PS4. 4 is my PS3. And then number 5 is my mobile device. So I have all those hooked up underneath, and then it's a matter of just switching them out, which is really convenient. We have my Mac touch bar underneath of there that I use to edit simultaneously sometimes. If this computer right here is a little bit slowing down, which it usually has been now, so looking into maybe upgrading this very soon to a new one. I don't really know exactly. I don't know exactly what I want to do with that yet, but I may make a Hackintosh. I don't know. I need Final Cut, so we have to wait, see what I'm going to do with that. I have my webcam that I would be using for streaming, Logitech C920 if I'm not mistaken. Google Home underneath. Obviously, no damn power. My wheel cam, I use my GoPro Hero 6. I recently had my Hero 3 Plus. I've used this for quite some time. This is my Hero 3 Plus. It was not bad. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, there's some damage. It fell off the back of my car, probably going about 60 or 70. Shattered the mount that it was on, and the back screen no longer works. So it's unfortunate. The GoPro works, which is good. Just no back screen, which I kind of need for when I am recording, just to make sure that I am in frame. Other than that, sometimes I'll use my AirPods just when I'm editing. Just wireless, right? I mean, I hate wires connected to me. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I am doing things. This mouse here, the Logitech, what is this? The G402. They sent this out to me when I won the contest a while back, and I use it as a spare mouse, just if that mouse is over on that table, then I can kind of just do my thing over here and not have to bring back and forth, right? Salt Rock letter opener. We got my CUDA. We got a Demigorgon, a bunch of controllers, our charger blocks from Nyko. Huge thank you to them. This thing has been really clutch. I will leave their link down below. Let's charge the PSVR controllers as well too. So it's a really good all-in-one package there. My Sony camcorder that I bought a while ago. It's really good. It's a 4K camcorder, DR-AX33. My tripod mount seems to have cracked the bottom of it though after the years of using it, which sucks, but a really good camera. Just still kind of keeping it and going to be using it for longer range shots and stuff like that. Cam link, which I got from Elgato as well too. So big thank you to them for sending that over. And last but not least, we have my big wall of just stuff, man. We got so much stuff up here. It's ridiculous.
And there you go, man. That is the setup that I'm actually looking at getting, dude. Like, that's the kind of setup that I do want to shoot for. I'm going to set these back up. Like, I know it'll be a while, but, you know, that's the kind of setup that I do want to shoot for, man. It's freaking fire. What's my setup? Let me show you. I'm going to see if this thing has no charge on it. Oh, yeah, it's definitely got no charge, but, this is my current setup. If y'all didn't catch it, I got my makeshift harness rig for whenever I'm racing. It keeps me in place. Got this nice chair with the back piece because, as y'all know, I do have a screwed up back a bit. So this spot right here kind of fits right into that crevice. Got my 34 or 35 inch flat screen. Got microphone with boom arm. My webcam, which also does double as you guys can tell, a GoPro. Got my PXN 3100 wheel. These two cards right here underneath the monitor are actually one of one. A friend of mine who actually makes Hot Wheels actually made these custom for me. I have Paul Walker's Porsche 911 GTRS and a silver version of Dom's Charger, which is super dope. So shout out to the homie for that. Remote studio laptop. Down here it's just various shit. I got my paints, my camera, movies, art supplies, keyboard for music, wood table for underneath. Got portable DVD player there. Back here I got my Blue Venom headphones, which I fucking love these. These things right here are actually one of my favorites, which I absolutely love. They're my Blue Venom Cobra headphones with LEDs, which is super fire. Got my digital sketch pen with the holder. Obviously coffee, water for paint work. Custom Xbox controller, which a friend of mine hooked me up with some stickers from Billabong surfboards and Element skateboards. So shout out to the homie for that. And underneath, I got the PXN 3100 pedals with movies, games, sorted stuff from, like whatever I got. Like literally, let's see, we got just a bunch of different stuff, like, fucking screwdriver, just in case spare parts for Xbox controllers, Xbox right there, obviously. And the cool thing about this, what I really like about this, if I want to switch out, like let's say I want to switch out from the Xbox to my studio computer, just pop the HDMI out of that, stick it right there. And then I got this, which I love. This is coming handy a lot. It's a USB port with 4 extra USBs. Definitely comes in handy. And then this right here is actually where I do all my editing on my Amazon Kindle Fire. Definitely good to have that. So, yeah. That's just the basic setup. Like I said, I do plan on working on getting that kind of setup that Slaps got. Like, I do plan on working on that. So, yeah. But that's my little setup and the setup that I am looking to get. So, yeah. That being said, y'all, I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace.